Hey guys, today I'm going to help you get better at aiming with these few awesome tips. Now if you're new to CSGO, this guide is pretty much a must because being good at aiming is half of what makes you a better player. This guide will cover the most important elements, so let's get started. The first thing we are going to talk about is controlling your weapons, or in other words, recoil and spray pattern control. Now every gun has a unique spray pattern. You can't just point and shoot at an enemy and expect to get a kill. The recoil of your gun will stop you from achieving that. Now to learn every gun spray pattern, the best thing to do is to point at a wall and empty the clip without adjusting the mouse position. You will notice the gun start shooting everywhere. Now you have to learn to control the recoil so your bullets go into the direction of your enemy. All you have to do is pull to the opposite of the angle of where your bullets went. So if all the bullets went up and to the right, then all you have to do is pull down and to the left. The best way to practice this is to take it into steps. Try controlling the first 10 shots and slowly add more bullets as you get the hang of it. Now one thing I forgot to mention is that depending on the weapon, the first 1 to 3 shots will land perfectly where you aim. Adjust the spray depending on your distance is crucial. If you are close to an enemy, spray him down. If the enemy is far, don't attempt to spray as the distance is too far to control. Use the bursting technique. You basically shoot the first 3 bullets every few seconds because, as I said, the first 3 shots are the most accurate you will get. Alright, so the best ways to improve your recoil and spray control is to play some practice maps. The first map we are going to talk about is called Recoilmaster. Now before you do anything, you should try this map to practice your spray control for every gun, but mainly the AK and M4. Choose one of the guns on the wall, and above you will see the patterns on how you should shoot the gun. So for an AK, you should spray down, left, right, left, just like the image above. Now you aim at the green dot and try following the exact movement. Practice over and over until you get better and better. The next map you should try out is called Aimbots. This is a pretty cool map as you're able to mess with the settings a little. You can make bots move around or place them farther if you want to practice your bursting. Now let's talk a little bit about crosshair placement. The player who learns to focus on headshots will most likely be the better player in the long run. You want to pre-aim head level where the enemy will appear. This gives you a better shot of doing critical damage to the enemy. A good way to practice aiming for head level is aiming at a slanted wall walking up and down while pre-aiming head level. Now let's talk a little bit about crosshair placement around corners. You want to make sure your crosshair is slightly away from the wall in order to react. Do not place the crosshair on the wall as you turn the corner, because you're going to need to readjust it, which takes time. Make sure to clear every corner you're going to be peeking, so if you clear one wall side, clear the next wall and so on. Basically you want to minimize the distance you need to move your mouse to hit your target. Now if you are new to Counter-Strike, learn each map first and get a feel of where enemies play. This will allow you to track through those most likely places enemies play and will give you the ability to pre-shoot them. You will get to a point where you're so good at pre-aiming corners that your enemies will wonder if you're cheating or not. Alright guys, so let's talk about mouse sensitivity. Mouse sensitivity is a pretty important factor, especially for an aim guide. I'll give you a few quick tips on getting that solid sensitivity. The first thing you should do is deactivate your mouse acceleration in the settings menu. Then find a spot on the wall and walk left or right while trying to keep your crosshair in the same spot. If you find that it's too hard, then decrease or increase your sensitivity and try until you can keep your crosshair in that same spot on the wall. The reason we do this is because it will help you trace moving enemy heads as you shoot at them. In this case, we'll open up a map called Aimbots and enable moving targets. Now practice keeping your crosshair head level while following the enemy's footsteps. You can increase the speed if you are comfortable at the first speed. That's basically all the mouse adjustments you need to do. I'll make a separate guide on the messing with the DPI and such in the future. Alright guys, so I hope you guys have learned something new. I'll be making a guide upload every few days, so remember to hit that subscribe button to be notified. If you haven't learned anything new, then maybe some of my future videos will help you out. Well guys, this concludes my CSGO aim guide. I'll see you on the next guide, so stay tuned.